I'm Steve. Welcome to Focus On. I'm here today with Crush, and he's part of the Stand Strength team. What is the Stand Strength team?
Hey, Steve. Thanks for having me here today. It's a pleasure to be on your program. And the Stand Strength team is a team that we go around to all kinds of different venues and do feats of strength to communicate a positive and motivating message.
What kind of message are you trying to give?
Well, what we do is we go into all kinds of different venues of different kinds, whether it be into the public schools or private schools or to prisons or to youth camps and into different venues where we can talk to people about a message that's based on anti-drugs, anti-alcohol, abstinence, and academic excellence.
Yeah, and how did this team come about?
This team came about back in 1999 when Terry Nalian formed the Stand Strength team. And it sort of came together with some guys over time. It's sort of fitted together over these last 4 years as different people have come in from different areas. And he started it, and most of the guys have had experience doing feats of strength and public speaking, and then the team has sort of come together to work as a unit. But it started with Terry's vision.
Oh yeah? And what is his vision?
Well, the vision of the Stand Strength team is simple. We're on a mission to reach the families and youth of North America and the world.
Yeah? And who's on the team, and what credentials do they carry?
Well, our team is comprised of some incredibly special individuals. We have 8 athletes that are working with the team presently. Luther Ellis, who is the defensive lineman for the Lions and now with the Denver Broncos. And we have Terry Nalian, the fellow that started the program, who's a competitive power lifter. We have Big Buck Balabuck, who is a freak of nature. He leg presses over a ton, and he's also a powerlifting champion.
Wow.
We have Brian Dorsey, who we call the Iron Man, and he's the 1997 and 1999 Mr. Michigan bodybuilding champion. And he's been in the Mr. USA bodybuilding championship 3 times. Mm-hmm. And we have Dr. Stephen Fraser. He's Mr. Western Michigan bodybuilding champion and a finalist in the Mr. Michigan bodybuilding championships. And then we have the Mountain John Penley, a guy who weighs almost 400 pounds.
Wow.
He's a competitor in the World's Strongest Man competitions. We have Jack Sui Faumuina, who we call the Secret Samoan Weapon. He's from Samoa, and he's a member of the royal family on his island, and he's come. He's also Luther's cousin, and he's quite an accomplished athlete himself. And we just have come together to do these things.
What about you?
Well, my background is in track and field, and then later in strength athletics. I was All-American in the shot put in college, and I was the North American powerlifting champion in 1995, and I've been a professional Highland Games athlete for the last 12 years.
And what is the Highland Games? Well,
the Highland Games is a traditional event that comes from Scotland. It's older than any other organized sport on the planet, precedes even the Olympics. And we throw things, heavy things like rocks and weights and tree trunks and stuff like that.
Yeah, this team, like, what do you guys, to the kids when you speak, what are you guys presenting to them? Like, what is your message?
Well, the message that we want to communicate in a nutshell is this. We want to communicate making the right choices. There's so many influences in our world today amongst that are on young people are negative. You have a lot of forces from the world, from peer pressure, a lot of negative input, and then you have, of course, a lot of professional athletes who don't make very good role models, unfortunately, today. Because what you're hearing about them is when they're caught for using steroids or caught for drunk driving or for abusing their spouses or something like that, and you're not seeing the other side of the coin these days. And so we've taken on the mantle of, all of us are professional athletes, but yet we've come together and we want to be positive role models. And so we talk to the kids about making the right choices, not giving in to peer pressure. We talk about honoring your mom and dad. And we talk about honoring your teachers and staying in school and getting a good education. And we talk about the anti-drug message and the anti-alcohol message, which is heavy, about academic excellence, not just going to school to get through, but to do the best you can, and abstinence, to have respect for yourself and for your body and for others. And we teach those things to the kids when we go around.
And when you guys go to talk, when you're done talking, do you have like any places that kids can go extra besides school?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We normally when we're in the school system and we're doing school programs, normally that through the course of that week, we'll have an evening program at a larger auditorium, because at every school program we give children a free pass so that they can come to our evening program and see the big stuff.
Oh yeah. And do you have any around our area, in the Port Huron area?
Yes, in fact, right as this, I believe as this show is broadcast, next on the September 15th through the 19th, we have a week-long program from Wednesday through Sunday at the Riverside Tabernacle Church of God, and they've opened up their auditorium to us at 6:30 p.m. each night, and we'll also have a program at 10:30 on Sunday morning to do our program, and we'll be in the elementary and junior high and some of the high schools on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday doing the assembly program.
Are just the people you talk to allowed to go, or is anyone allowed to go?
Everyone is encouraged to come. We would love everybody to come, Steve. It's going to be what we call a power extravaganza.
And what is like the stuff you're going to be having there?
Well, some of the things that we're going to do, if people come out, they'll be able to see, we'll be tearing phone books in half, and we'll be bending some steel bars into pretzels, and we'll be breaking baseball bats, and we'll snap files, and we're going to lay one of our athletes between two beds of 5,000 nails, and then we're going to put another 300-pound athlete on top of him, and then put a 300-pound log on top of him and have him bench press it.
Wow.
We're going to blow up hot water bottles. We're going to crush frying pans into taco shells. We're going to explode soda cans. We're going to light the place on fire.
Do you got any that we can see right now? Any tricks?
Well, we call them feats of strength, Steve, not tricks.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
Feats of strength.
But I have there's not a whole lot we have room for here, but I have if you'd like to see, I brought a Port Huron phone book, if you'd like to see that tore in half.
I'd love to.
And we have that here, but see, the problem was our Port Huron phone books aren't big enough.
Yeah.
So what I did was, I don't know if the camera can see this, but I just taped two of them together, but and it's still relatively small compared to what you'll see at the program. In fact, the founder of our program, Terry Nalian, his nickname is Shrek the Shredder, and he is on a pursuit right now for the world record of phone book tearing. And he's going to be attempting soon to tear 30 phone books in 3 minutes in half. And those are over 1,000-page phone books, too.
Yeah.
So this isn't quite that big, but if you'd like, we can go ahead and see if we can tear this one in half.
Yeah.
Now, why don't you take a look at it and authenticate that this is a real, actual phone book, or two phone books.
Yeah.
Can you find your own name in there, Steve?
You're
probably listed.
Yeah. And I couldn't rip it myself. Maybe you could, but I can't.
Well, what we do is we'll take a phone book like this, and when we tear these in half, we'll use this to demonstrate a message. And see, we would call this, for instance, the book of bad choices. And sometimes, Steve, in our lives, we run into obstacles that, confront us, that we need to overcome.
Yeah.
And if we think right, and we act right, and we do right, when we make the right choices, we can tear through all of the negative stuff in our lives. We can tear through all of the bad choices in our lives and in our past and in our future. And what we do is we'll take this book and we'll say, this is the book of bad choices, and we don't want to have any of those laying around.
Yeah.
And so if we think right, we act right, and do right, and we're ready to act upon those intentions, then we can tear through all the bad choices in our life, just like this. And see, there's nothing, no matter where we are, no matter what we're doing, that can keep it from us if we want to make the right choices.
Wow. Incredible. Well, thanks for coming today. And do you have anything else you'd like to say before we got to end the show?
No, I just would want to encourage anyone that's in the viewing area to come and see us at Riverside Tabernacle at 6:30 p.m. nightly, the 15th through the 19th of September, 10:30 Sunday morning. If you need any information, you can call that church and get that information. I believe we'll have that phone number up on the screen. And if anyone can come out, it'd be great. And some of the kids of the viewing audience will be seeing us in their schools as we do the assembly programs. And they'll, and of course, anyone's invited to come to those assemblies as well. So
Well, maybe you'll see me there.
That'd be
Thank
awesome.
you, and thank you guys. This has been another edition of Focus On.